Someone just gave me a face shield and a face mask. I'm talking about like a big plastic, something you, like a dentist would wear, big plastic face shield. Are people really going to wear face shields and masks and then what, underneath them goggles over their glasses? Why not just strap yourself into a HEPA suit? At some point, don't people start to look around and say, wait, where's the evidence of the of this virus actually? Like, what's the fatality rate? What kind of numbers are we talking about here? Because if 100,000 people died from the flu last year, and how many people have died to date of this thing, or the flu symptoms in total? Because if I guarantee you, they go, 162,000 people have died with COVID this year, or up to date. Okay, but how many of those died from it? Oh, well, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Anyway, so, yes, this whole thing is just ridiculous. Then Reddit came for your traps. In case you didn't know, a trap is a dude that can pass as a chick. But let's be honest here. If you're fooled, then you wanted to be fooled. The topic interests me because, no, I'm not a degenerate, because a longtime friend came out of the closet a few years ago and he started banging dudes in dresses. Some of his friends dropped him, but I didn't. I didn't understand it, but life is short. If that's how you get your kicks, go for it. I won't judge you, but I will relentlessly send cruel memes about bearded dudes in dresses. Basically, what I think is going on is attention-seeking behavior. Gay dudes have always have been the center of attention. They are natural drama queens. But just being gay in 2020 isn't enough. Nobody cares. You gotta do something extra to get attention. In a few years, the fad will pass and they will just go back to being gay, doing cocaine, and disappointing their parents. Reddit and Facebook just keep adding censorship. I don't know anyone who uses Facebook for anything other than just birthdays and that kind of stuff. If they ever decide that the First Amendment applies to social media, the memes are going to be glorious. It will be revenge of the gamers. Even Mr. Bean wants free speech. People are so quick to give their freedoms to other people. Why do you feel other people are in a better position to decide your words for you? If you can silence someone by claiming offense, then can't they just do the same thing to you? It's like children are in charge of the West. Giving women the vote was such a mistake. When you go to laugh at SJWs, the most extreme fight is the trans community because they're trying to advocate a belief that is a lie, that no amount of doublespeak will convince somebody of. It's why they melted down over that 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5. If they can make you believe absurdities, they can make you commit atrocities. If they can make you believe XX is XY or 2 + 2 = 5, then they can make you do anything. It's back to the days of witch doctors and worshiping the thunder gods. Unfortunately, it's also back to the days of witch trials. Some woke people believe that scientific research is istophobic, that research shouldn't be based on the scientific method, but instead on feelings. They type these opinions on an iPhone. Feelings build mud huts. Science builds the smartphone. Feelings tell parents to listen to children. Little boy comes home from school, he says he's a dragon. Okay, fine, you ignored it. Next day, he comes home, he says he's a girl because his teacher said that boys can be girls. So the parents rush out to put the kids on hormone blockers. It's a kid. Kids are stupid. When I was a kid, I used to wear my Satan Halloween costume all the time. I had a pitchfork and horns. Believe it or not, as an adult, I am not actually Satan. How brainwashed do liberal parents have to be to think listening to their child's nonsense is a good idea? The people behind this corruption are laughing their asses off when they write these articles. We're going to convince these dumb white moms to sterilize their boys. When you get rid of Christianity, it leaves a vacuum. People will fill it with something. Enter the religion of woke. And really, anything is better than liberalism. Bring back nationalism and the patriarchy, which I think is probably going to make a return. At least the trains will run on time. And hopefully all the people who are pushing for this degeneracy will be sent somewhere where they can think about their evil, preferably forever. Yeah, I was going to make a concentration camp joke. Obviously, that's where I was going, but I didn't do it. I withheld. You know, honestly, the day the SGWs ever find this account, well, it's probably the day the account goes away. Oh, well, it was fun while it lasted. So the word trap is banned from subreddit. Moderators claim the term results in the erasure of trans people. I'm not quite sure how. They've banned the word on the grounds it's a slur. Well-known traps in Japanese media. Okay, Japanese are kind of wild. They announced ban applies to the word, obviously not the as it applies to the feminine, not as it applies to the Admiral Akbar. They explained why they deemed the word offensive. When used to describe individuals, it's been controversial since its inception, a few years ago, and even more so in recent years. Broadly speaking, most communities readily consider the term to be a slur. You know, every trans person I use calls themselves trannies. Like, that's just completely common. But the Karens of the world, the liberal white female, will lose her freaking mind on Twitter if you use that word. They're very strange people, the liberals. The offensive nature of the word lies in the implication that individuals are trying to trap others, and by extension are not valid in how they present their gender. I don't know if they're trying to trick people so much as present as female as possible. You know, good luck when you're 6 feet tall. The use and misuse of that term in reference to both characters and people often results in the erasure of trans people and dismissal of their validity. They're just stringing words together. You don't even believe what you write. Contrary to the moderation team's assertion, the term is not used to facilitate the erasure of trans people and just blah, 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 blah. Having heavily disguised herself as a man for the majority of the game. Originating from Admiral Akbar's famous battlefield realization in Return of the Jedi. My God, that was a fantastic movie. I think that was 1983. The term has been used by fans since its inception to refer to male and female characters whose genders cannot easily be discerned from their outward appearance. Trap does not reference characters who are actively attempting to trick others into being attracted to them, but rather words of caution to one who may espouse attraction to an androgynous individual, not knowing that the trap is the opposite gender than what they are sexually attracted to. Examples of trap characters with the rising spread. This is something that just white people worry about. This is first world white people problems. Specifically teenage girls who just absolutely control social media. They have nothing better to complain about. With the rising spread of critical social justice theory, 2 + 2 = 5, the term trap activists have insisted derogatorily refers to transgender individuals. It's not really derogatory. It's just kind of a statement of someone who is passing, I guess. Okay, it dates back to 2010. It was for a subreddit for the posting of photos and videos of young and beautiful trans girls who people would love to trap. Content can be, anyone's got to be possible and feminine. Are you talking about like cartoons or real? Don't you have Google? I don't understand. I don't understand the whole obsession. I mean, other than it's just attention-seeking behavior. It's just kids have nothing to stand out with, and this has just been going on forever, but nobody took it seriously until very recently. Every generation has a different fad, and this trap thing is actually, or this LGBT fad is crazy dangerous, because you're talking about people who are mutilating themselves to the point where they cannot reproduce. If you're taking hormone blockers, oh man, your parents should be in prison. And they're gonna, what do you think is going to happen to that kid? He's going to grow up, stunted growth, never be able to reproduce. They're just going to excise themselves from the mortal coil. Great. You did that to your kid. Instead of maybe taking him, I don't know, to church. Or I would say to a shrink, but it seems like shrinks would probably just encourage it. Is there like a division of psychiatry that is normal shrinks? I don't know. That's why I would say take them to a religious center, or just be a family. Be around your kids. Play sports with them. Give them attention, but they don't need to get attention by putting them on hormone blockers. And if the parents are the type who are entertaining this, then they're whacked. They're whacked out of their minds. Anyway, yeah, slow news day. We're not going to talk about traps. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, guys, and don't fall for any traps. All right, I'll see you next episode.